We're here at the 2023 New York Auto Show, and we're going to take a quick look at the exterior and do a quick interior review of the new or newish Honda CR-V, which has been given a more conservative redesign. People will probably find this exterior less objectionable. Some will say that it's a little boring. Got slim headlights, massive grille, lots of LED. Quick look at the interior, which builds off the design template that was established by the latest Civic. So you have this honeycomb grille finish for the vents that kind of stretches along most of the width of the dashboard. If you look carefully here, and I'm not sure we can quite see it. Yeah, we can. This part of the vent system is functional, and you can open and close it, shift it left and right. This is blanked off at the back, even though it's got little bits of ribbing, and then it becomes real again here in the center. But it still is a very lovely effect. You'll be able to see it a bit more clearly with sunlight though. Thankfully, there's no pretend leather on this dashboard. There's nice soft touch plastic up here, but no pretense with it being leather, at least on this trim line. There's glossy black plastic, which we're not a huge fan of, because over time you're just going to get fingerprint marks all over it. The dual zone climate control system looks very simple to use. Nice backlighting. Now obviously these pieces here have a metal effect, but you can feel that it's plastic, but they feel nice because they're texturized, so you don't mind so much. Well, I don't mind so much. You can also, these also double as buttons. Select the fan speed and so forth. You got USB-A connectivity and USB charging here. Smartphone wireless charging pad, which I just used previously. Got downhill descent control, electronic parking brake. Gear shifter is on the side of the car, which you might think would be for right-hand drive cars, but here it is in the North American built Honda CR-V. This car has an analog speedometer on the right there and a digital screen on the left with the tacho, speed readout and other information. The big upgrade here is the infotainment system, which is this freestanding unit right here. It looks nice. It's got physical controls for home and back, and the volume dial, again with a little bit of texture or knurling right there. Physical buttons backwards and forwards. This screen is capacitive, so it's fast and responsive. Bluetooth settings don't look like they're a complete mess like earlier versions. There are shortcuts. You can turn the display off. Turn it back on. So you can drag and slide. Now this car doesn't come with navigation. But if you connect it up via CarPlay and so forth, or Android Auto, then you'll be able to get navigation that way. Now the front seats feel nice and comfy. There's quite a bit of support around the sides. And I've set this up, and this car has electronic controls for the lumbar and so forth. Softish plastic up here, padded area around the armrest, nice feeling plastic along here. Again, metal effect, but obviously very plastic here. Memory settings for your seats. Let's open and close the doors. That doesn't sound too bad. Let's see what the rear seat room is like. And frankly, it looks massive. There's a little bit of curvature to the seats here. A lot of knee and leg room. I'm seated behind myself, and I am 5'5", 5'6", or 165 centimeters. There are vents, and ceiling height looks to be quite good for me. If you're a little towards 6 foot, it might be an issue, but it really depends. Now, with these seats, I'll do it one-handed. Now, the backrests come in, they can be put into multiple positions. So there's a little lever back here. You can push it a little bit. There you go. It's in a normal upright position, not tilted forward. And then there's also a recline space right there. There's an armrest if nobody's using the middle seat. Well, let's give the middle seat a try. The hump here isn't too bad. It's actually quite small. Because the seats aren't too dished here, you don't feel like you're sitting up too high. It's actually not a bad place to be if you can stand the width. I'm not the widest person, but I'm already encroaching into that space. But you know, this is a standard size SUV thing. Like many other car makers, Honda has cheaped out for reserved passengers. You got hard plastic here on the door cards. It's padded here on the armrests, but it just doesn't feel quite as nice as it does for the people up front, who are presumably the people who are paying for the car. But rear seat passengers, like kids, get a little bit shortchanged, as always. Let's take a look at the trunk space here. This one's got electric tailgate, massive area at the back, spare wheel holder. Obviously they've taken the spare wheel out for the motor show here. You can lift this up. You can lift this floor up. Whoa, which is hard to do one-handed, but which you can do. And there you go. You've got now a flat floor surface there, but a bit of a dip off to the sides. And then you can pull these seats forward. It's not a completely flat floor. There is a hump there, but they do make the gradient a little bit softer, so it's not too abrupt. And again, you can just take this out, slide it in underneath, and then you have slightly deeper floor area and a bit of dividing space here between the storage for the behind the wheel wells and the actual trunk floor itself. So there you go. That's the trunk. So there you have it. Our quick walk around and interior review of the Honda CR-V, which has been redesigned just recently.